Yeah, we live. We live. We live. We live. We live. Yeah, yeah.
The other way?
No, because it's right here. It's right here in the screen. We live, family. We live. We live. We live. Mogul Mondays. We back. We back. 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Sorry for the delay. I was a little late, but we here. We gonna get it started. I see my guy Jimmy. I see you in the building. I see y'all. We here. So we gonna get it popping today. We gotta fix this camera. It's a little slanted.
You have to push it down. No, the stand.
Okay.
Make you stronger.
Okay.
No.
All right, we good. Family, I need y'all to share this live to a family member, friend, auntie, sister, cousin, somebody that need this game. We gonna give it out today. Today, I'm gonna have my protege, my brother, somebody that I really think highly of, somebody that's gonna go really far, and he gonna talk about his story. He gonna talk about his journey. But I wanna wait. I wanna give it some time for people to jump on. So again, as I take out the time, because I have a busy day, like today I was running around crazy. We running businesses here, but I always try to make it a priority to get here and give out the game for free, to give back so that we could build together. So as I sit here and I'm preparing myself to give out the game, I ask each and every one of you to share this live to a family member, a friend, an auntie, sister, brother, cousin, boyfriend, girlfriend, fiance, whatever. Whoever's going to need this game, I need y'all to share this live with them. All right? Today we're going to talk about wholesale and credit. Today we're going to talk about wholesale and credit. See, a lot of us know about wholesale and real estate. You know, we got my brother, the millennial hope dealer, who's a king when it comes to the wholesale and real estate. But we're going to talk about wholesale and credit. And we're going to talk about how you can put yourself in position to become a private money lender. What's going on, King? King Fred. That's Mr. Fortune in the building, man. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. I need y'all to share this live to a family member, friend, auntie, brother, uncle, cousin, somebody that want this game on how they can wholesale their credit. Because at the end of the day, we got a bunch of people who got an 800 credit score but don't know what to do with it. Having an 800 credit score means nothing if you don't know how to leverage it the right way. Having capital means nothing if you don't know how to flip it and make it work for you. So that's what we specialize in. We specialize in having the knowledge, the know-how to be able to turn your assets into income producing assets, turn your liabilities into assets. Income producing assets. So that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to continue to give it a little bit of time because I want everybody and their mother. If you was with your mother yesterday for Mother's Day, make sure they on this live. Make sure they on this live because we're going to give out the game. If you sitting at home and you have good credit, or if you working on fixing your credit, when you get to the point where your credit is fixed, what do you do from there? How do you make money from having good credit? How could you become a person that can make money multiple ways? That's what we're going to talk about today. So for those of you who do not know me, I always assume that there's people that's joining that's new to the audience. So for those of you who do not know me, my name is Ramel Newworlds, 28 years old, serial entrepreneur. I've been in this real estate business for the last 6 years, and I've been just striving to continue to learn and add value. And along the journey of building up my knowledge base in real estate, I understand how important credit was. So credit and real estate goes hand in hand. And I'm all about empowering people. I'm all about putting other people in position to win. So those of you, you probably know my story. My first real estate transaction was Brownstone in Brooklyn. Made 6 figures, my first real estate deal ever. What's going on, King Tosin? That's my guy right there. King Tosin, what's going on? So yes, sir. So I'm definitely going to talk about today how you can wholesale your credit. So in a few minutes, I'm going to have my protege who's going to jump on. He's going to talk about his journey. But I'm going to introduce him a little bit and talk about how we've been able to build So I remember back in 2000, I believe it was 2015, 2016. I lived in Pennsylvania. I was working at Pepsi as a sales rep. So you know the guys that go in the stores and they sell the soda to the corner store, to the deli, that was me. At 5 a.m., I was in the grocery stores and the gas station selling soda, stacking my money up. I had the job, but I was stacking my money up so I could go buy real estate. So I stacked up my money and I was able to purchase my first real estate property, flip it, made 6 figures, my first real estate transaction ever, and continue to build from there. But going back to my story, because I was in Pennsylvania working, a lot of my business was in New York City. So I would go and rent cars every single weekend to drive back to the city because I didn't want to put so much mileage on my vehicle because I needed my vehicle for work. So during the weekends when I was going back to New York City from Pennsylvania so I could look at properties and go build and meet with and network with different individuals, I had to rent cars. So while I'm in it was Enterprise actually. I was in Enterprise and my protege who's going to get on the line, he was like, yo, King, what you do? You always renting cars. You a drug dealer? And I started laughing. I'm like, no, I'm not no drug dealer, man. I do real estate. Well, I'm striving out. I'm looking to get into real estate, and I go back home every single weekend because I be looking at deals. I meet with agents. I'm grinding. I'm in the field with it. And he was like, yo, King, I'm going to hook you up. I'm going to give you a discount because I like what you're doing. And that was like, 5 years ago. And then last year, we lost contact, but last year he found me on Instagram again, or 2 years ago, he found me on Instagram again, hit me up, and he seen what I was doing, how everything I was telling him 5 years ago, 6 years ago, he seen that I actually made it become reality. I was really doing real estate, making money in real estate, owning properties, rental income. He seen it. He was truly inspired and said, yo, King, I want to be a part of that. I want to learn too. So I said, no problem, King. You put me on when I needed vehicles and rental cars. I'm going to put you on. And he went out. He found property, and he had trouble financing. He had trouble finding the right financing for his property. So I hooked him up with a private money lender that usually does all my deals. But the private money lender denied him because his deal was so low. He got the deal at such a cheap price that the private lender didn't even want to invest in it because they said it didn't make no sense for them to invest because they wouldn't make money on it. And when they did give him the numbers, if they was going to make money, they was going to charge him crazy numbers. So I'm going to have him talk about his story, but the purchase price was $30,000. So in my mind, I'm thinking, I do not want to see this king get turned away from a great deal because of $30,000. And I'm in position because I have large lines of credit, 6 figures in credit that's just sitting there. I said, how about I take my available credit and let him go use this money and go fund his deal. And I wasn't even thinking about making money. I just wanted to help this king out because I truly see how much passion he had. And we had a great relationship. He hooked me up. I just truly wanted him to win. So it wasn't even about money. So because of my passion to help, I end up finding myself in a position to become a private money lender because I have a passion to help. So this king, he's going to tell his story. And I want you to jump on, King. I want you to jump on. I'm going to send you a request so we can build. I'm going to send you a request. There you go. I just sent you on here. And I want you to tell the world. I want you to introduce yourself, talk about what's going on. What's going on, King?
Bro, what's up, man? Can you hear me?
I can hear you, King.
Okay,
I can hear you loud and clear.
Yeah, so family. My name is Jamel Poteet. I'm from Harrisburg, PA. A little bit about myself. Growing up, I went to a popular school in Harrisburg called Bishop McDevitt. If you guys know LaShawn McCoy that played for the Eagles, I went to the same school he went to. And while I was there, I played running back. And while I was at the school, I broke all his records. I was ranked nationally. I had everything going for myself. You know what I mean? Like everything was planned out for me to go to the NFL, but then I ended up going to college. Faced a lot of adversity. Couldn't stay on the field due to injury. Started getting in trouble. Just wasn't myself. And then I ended up graduating from college and not knowing what's next. Fell into a deep depression due to the fact that I've been playing football since I was 6. So now when it's time to turn the page on what's next, I didn't know. And it was funny because my dad and mom every weekend they used to rent cars to come to my games. So my dad said, "Yo, Enterprise is hiring kids, out of college. Maybe you go there, get your resume." I said, "Man, I ain't working at no Enterprise." But the fast forward, the Enterprise ended up changing my life. So what happened was, I ended up getting a job at Enterprise. I hated it. Hated it. Like, they made you wear a shirt and tie, be there at 6 in the morning washing cars. Hated it. And during that time, every Friday, they always used to send me on the on the terrible runs because I was new. So every Friday, I'll get a note. Hey, you gotta go pick. Gotta go pick somebody up over in Susquehanna High Point. I remember like it was yesterday. I'm gonna pick him up. So I find out it was you. And remember we started busting it up. You got in the car, and we're just telling each other our vision. You telling me what you wanted to do. I said, I'm gonna be a real estate agent, and I wanted to get in real estate because one of my best friends, he's right now he's incarcerated, but he was buying properties in the city. But during the time he was he was doing his thing in the street, and all he said was, in order to get what you want, it had to be cash. Buy it cash, fix it cash, so you don't owe nobody nothing. So I'm over here, man, trying to save up all my money. I'm like, man, I don't have enough yet. But what happened, I ended up being a realtor. So I got into real estate by being a realtor. I was going to different seminars. I went to a Mark Whitten seminar in New Jersey. And I got frustrated because I was paying all this money to go to these different seminars. And like, if like some seminars, they'll give you the game, but give you enough to keep you interested and then tell you, all right, this is it. We're wrapping it up. So it was Mark Whitten and DJ Envy. And one of the things that stuck with me was like, get with a realtor. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna be the realtor. I'm gonna be the middleman. Cut the middleman out. That's gonna be me. Okay. So I end up being a realtor. That year I did 25 deals in 1 year, but I also still had a full-time job. Mm-hmm. So I did 25 deals that year, and I didn't touch a dollar of that money. So I saved all the money up, and I had about over 6 figures saved up. And so at the time, I'm like, all right, I got the cash now. I'm gonna go into real estate. But then I end up seeing you pop across my screen. I'm like, dang, that's my bro. And I hit you up, and you're doing everything that you said you was going to do. I'm like, dang, that's dope. So a couple months later, I end up contacting you about a deal. I'm like, yo, I found this deal. Nobody wants to mess with me. It's in the inner city of Harrisburg. So I end up telling you about the deal. You end up putting me on one of your lenders. Mm-hmm. And what happened was, the lender said to me, we really don't lend on anything less than 50 grand because the house is 30,000. And I said, okay, cool. They were like, well, this is what we're going to do. We found a lender. The house just has to appraise over 50,000 and then you're good. So I said, okay, cool. So they go do the appraisal. Mm-hmm. When we get the appraisal back, the appraisal came in at 49,500. Mm-hmm. So I said, dang, they can't find $500? And the lender told me at that time not to do no black and white thing. This ain't the time for that. But they said this is some of the struggles that we face being young black men trying to get in real estate. Wow. And I was like, wow, like they couldn't find $500 like on a
I gotta pause you there real quick, King. I gotta pause you I want you to continue the story, but I don't want this to go over everybody's head. Y'all gotta hear this story. Mm-hmm. Like, he had this property that was a really great deal in the inner city of Harrisburg. And he went to a lender that I pretty much connected him with, and they denied him over $500. Yep. They said it needs to be appraised at $50,000, and it was appraised at $49,500. And turned him away. Like, what? Are you serious?
Yeah, it was nuts. It was crazy because the lender that you sent me to, he also was frustrated, and he felt bad. Yeah. He said, I tried fighting it for you, but there's nothing I can do. I'm like, what's going on? He said the appraisal came back at 49.5, and I just laughed. I'm like, wow. You know what I mean? It's like I've been saving I feel like I did everything the right way. You know what I mean? And like it didn't work out. And then you end up calling. Yeah. And you got the deal done for me. And come to find out, that house that lender or that appraiser said it wasn't worth nothing for 30 grand. A couple months later, we ended up turning it into 80,000. So now we got another appraisal. We fixed it up a little bit. Showed us some love, and now the house is worth 80,000, and now sky's the limit. You know what I mean? I'm closing on two units this month. I closed actually on one. We were supposed to close last week, but something happened. So I'm closing on a 2-unit this Friday, and another 2-unit 2 weeks after that.
Yo, man, you gotta clap it up for yourself, though, King. I
Yeah.
ain't gonna front, bro. I'm super proud of you, and I want everybody to hear this story because a lot of people count themselves out,
All right.
and a lot of people get the first no or the first, sign of hesitation or the first obstacle, and then they say, "Listen, this ain't for me." But
Right.
you didn't do that. You
Right.
had obstacles that was in front of you, but you didn't give up. But most importantly, right, I want to backtrack a little bit and talk about relationships and how relationships are more important than money. Because back years ago, you was hooking me up at Enterprise. You feel me?
Right.
You was giving me the discounts when I needed the cars. You was picking me up. You was holding me down, and I needed the vehicles. So fast forward years later, when I'm in a better spot. I'm making money in real estate. I'm doing my thing. I got the strategies. I'm able to share the wealth with you.
Right.
So I want to talk about. I'm gonna tell you a little bit behind the scenes though, King, because you really don't know much of the behind the scenes, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when you came to me and asked for help and you wanted to get on, I felt obligated because I love helping my people. Like I said, I wanted to return a favor. So when I set you up, when I set you up with my lender and they denied you over $500, that made me even more mad. So I'm like, there's no way I'm gonna let my bro get turned down and that's it. So then I'm like, all right, listen, I got credit. I got lines of credit stacked up. How about I get in the game? How about forget me sending people over to another person? How about me become my own private money lender? So because of the passion to help, I actually found a business opportunity. So I actually came through and became the private money lender for you so you could get the deal done.
Right.
And how much money did you save? Like versus when I did the lending for you versus when the lender at the closing, how much money was the difference?
It might have been about like 12 grand. It was
Crazy.
nuts. It was nuts. But at the time, I didn't even care because I wanted in the game so bad. And I'm like, you know what? I worked hard. I got the money saved up. It don't even mean nothing. But like you said, it's about a relationship. Hey, shout out to my man Antoine. It's crazy. My man Antoine, supervisor at the Enterprise, that we did all that. So shout out to yeah, but like you said, it was about relationships, and at the time, it wasn't about me trying to get this 5 years later. I just seen another young black brother like me with ambition and goals, and you was trying to, bro. People don't understand. Like, it was so funny. We were in the car after I picked him up, and we getting to know each other. You told me, man, I graduated from was it Albany, right?
Yeah, Albany. Yeah.
Oh, Albany. You graduated from Albany. I'm like, I got a degree from Pitt. I said, yo, why you working at Pepsi? You got a degree. You remember you looked at me and said, why you working at Enterprise? And we both started laughing. And, you know what I mean? I'll never forget that. But it's just to a point, man. It's kind of like our people, we never want to see each other doing better than the other person. You know what I mean? And sometimes we're so afraid to help each other because I don't want you doing better than me or you doing better. You know what I mean? Vice versa. So it's to a point, man, like, I genuinely wanted to, at that time, I didn't have nothing. I never even think I owned properties at this point in my life. It was just to a fact that, man, that boy hungry. How can I help you? And that was it. Take a couple dollars off. You know what I mean?
Yo, but that's just crazy because it's energy. Like you ain't have no ulterior motive because you ain't know nothing about what I was doing. You just was helping me out, and we just sharing love. But I also want to just go more into the deal, right? So I'm actually gonna break it down on the board. I'm gonna break it down more in detail after we finish this up. But I want to talk about the story, right? So that same property, you had it under contract for what, $30,000, right?
Yeah. So it was listed on the MLS, cousin Barry. It was listed on the MLS for 47. I ended up negotiating it down to 30 grand. I tried to get it for 25. It wasn't going that low. So we got it for 30 grand. And we end up putting about like 13 grand into it.
All right, so let's break that down. So 30 grand plus 13 into you all in what, 43,000?
43,000.
All right, so I want everybody to follow this. He got a property for $30,000. He put 13,000 into it, renovations, all in $43,000. I came through in the back end and lended him the $30,000 to go out and purchase this property. And I'm gonna tell you how I did it because I didn't have to put no money out my pocket physically. I just had to make a phone call to get $30,000 pulled off a line of credit that I have because it's sitting there. So I said, I need, like, if I want to help this king out, plus I could just let my money work for me. So now I go call up, I get the $30,000 pulled off, 0% interest of my credit. I go lend the money over to him, and now you was paying me interest on the money.
Right.
So at that point, I'm a private money lender. But the interest rate that I was charging was much cheaper than any other lender that they would be out here charging. So even though I helped them out, it was still business at the end of the day. And you had that payment the first of the month, every single month. And it was just respect. You like, yo, King, I'm gonna make sure I take care of you, take care of me, and we doing what we gotta do.
Right.
And then fast forward, tell them about the refinance process. Tell them about how you basically got a free property. So break that down.
Yeah, so that part was crazy. So my plan was, you want me to go in detail with everything, like how you hooked it up?
Just get him the game.
Okay.
Get him the game.
So the plan was, so we closed on the crib, and then I didn't have a payment for 3 months. So my plan was to go ahead and fix it up, refi it, and then you know, go ahead and take care of you on the back end. But what happened was, we ended up having issues as far as like, it was like one was credit. I believe members first, it was credit. I ended up catching COVID, and I ended up having some deaths in the family, so some things just got pushed back. So you end up putting the fast forward, you end up putting me on a bank out in Scranton, but she's super dope. I'm doing all my deals.
Pause there. Before we even get there, let's talk about the credit barriers you have, because that was one thing you were stressed about. Like, yo, damn, I got to get my credit right so I can get approved for the refinance.
Right.
So you call me up. You feel me? I get, you know, you go from there. You talk about that.
Yeah, so the credit part was crazy because you gave me the blueprint on what I needed to do. And I did it. You know what I mean? It was a point in time my credit score was like, I think I had like a 690. I had like a 690, 1700, 688. So I'm like, all right, I'm ready to go. And I got denied. So it was more, that part was more frustrating because I think just having my brother lend his hand out and me on the back end, like, yo, like I had like 7 months left, but I'm like, yo, like this time is ticking.
Yeah.
But we end up, you know, it ended up working itself out. I got hooked up with a lender, like I said, I was Scranton, and she ended up, you know, approving me. And, you know, she approved me for a couple more deals. So God is good with that.
So I want to add to this, King, right? So y'all, hope y'all following this. He bought the property for $30,000. He put $13,000 into it. He all in $43,000. The property appraised for $80,000.
No, that's not true. So let me tell you what happened.
Okay.
So the property really appraised for $88,500.
88.5?
$88,500, but I did the calculation on my phone where I'm like, you know what? I'm going to take 80 because I only took 80 because the value, it was like 80%.
Okay.
So
it appraised at 88.5.
Correct.
But you only took 80 because you didn't want to take that much out.
Correct.
Okay, so how much did they give you? Want to cash out refi?
She wrote me. So after everything, it was a check, I believe, I believe it was like 60. So hold on.
So, all right, let's just, you even got to give the exact numbers. You give roundabout numbers, King. It's all good. All right, so I'm going to break this down. If y'all can still hear me. He bought the property for $30,000. He put $13,000 into it. He's all in $43,000.
Oh, hold on.
He's all in $43,000. And then he went into the cat. Oh, you
hear me?
My
fault, man. I ain't new with this technology. I try to click off, make sure I try to go to the email and everything. So she after fees and everything, I end up getting a check for about 62.
So all right, so you bought it for $30,000, put $13,000 into it, so you all in $43,000, and did a cash out refinance for $62,000.
Right.
So you literally got all your money back, an additional $20,000.
Let me tell you something funny with this though, because remember we was working on her. So I've been banking with PSECU. So I played myself. So I've been banking with PSECU for the past like 4 years. People from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania State Credit Union. And so I'm like, you know what, let me get a line of credit through them. Let me see what they do. Since I've been banking with them, I got some money in the bank. They end up approving me for 30 grand,
Wow.
a line of credit. So I took
Yeah.
that line of credit, and that's what I put into the house. And then now it was time to do the cash out refi. I paid you off, paid the credit off, put the rest in my pocket, and now we moving.
Unbelievable. That's a real live bird strategy, family. This is real life, real thing. We real people. We telling our real stories, man. Like I can't even scream this enough on how excited and proud I am. Forget money, really. I'm just excited for what we're able to do as black men.
Right.
Like no hate, no envy, no ego. It's like, yo, bro, I appreciate you, bro. And likewise, like, so we want to spread that same type of love. We want to spread that same message for everybody else to see. We want to be hating on each other.
Right.
We want to see somebody winning, and then we want to run down on them and try to take from them. But instead, we should be coming to add value and saying, how can I help you so you can help me? That's how we get ahead. So I want our conversation, this IG Live, to be more of a symbol that shows unity, brotherhood, and how we leverage group economics and group knowledge, group understanding. Because you got the strategies, I got the strategies, we come together and we win.
Hey, and while we on that page, man, shout out to my man Isaac. And the reason being because he had love for you, genuine love for you, me and a couple of my brothers, we went up Atlantic City, and that's where he was at. He said, man, pull up on me. I spent about I believe 3-4 hours with him. He was sick too at the time. We didn't even he found out later, but he ended up giving me so much game in 3-4 hours. I used his strategies, and that's where I just found this 2-unit at.
Wow, yo, King Isaac on the millennial hope dealer. You hear this?
Yeah, so I could have I could have did that like a wholesale deal, but I'm at a point now. I'm playing Monopoly now. I know the game. I won everything. So it's just like at the end of the day, man. Like you said, it's all love, man. Like we all look at it as competition, especially in the black community. We all get caught up in social media. You know what I mean? Everybody wants stuff for the gram or stuff for Facebook, but at the end of the day, we stronger together, bro.
That's a fact. That's a fact, bro. So, man, I appreciate you for taking out the time and joining and sharing your story. We got more work to do. We got history to make. We got a lot of impact to create, man. So, you got any last words for the people before you jump off? Anything you want to say?
Yeah, I would say really, man, tap into you guys because at the end of the day, you have to invest in yourself. Like a lot of people now over in my community, see, I got a lot going on now. They look at it as like overnight success. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Everybody wants to see what's going on, but man, just put the work into yourself, and that stuff's gonna come. You know what I mean? Like, even if you get a no, I got about 30 no's, man. I got about 30 no's, but I was closer to my yes, and I got my yes, and now I got a property they told me that was nothing, man, turned into 80-something thousand. So
unbelievable.
Yeah.
Don't and that's a prime example. Don't let nobody else's opinions or ideas stop you from making moves. We all got family, friends, girlfriends, all that boyfriends telling us you can't do this. Right. Don't let nobody, if you believe it, if you see it and you got the vision and you know it in your heart, get it done. And this is a live example of what he did. The lender said the property ain't worth nothing. Said at most 49.5. That same property, he went out, fixed it up, followed his vision, went with his gut instinct, and that same property worth over $80,000. He was able to cash out and make $20,000 and get a free property. Oh, talk to them about the rental income on that.
I was just about to say that. No, another note. During that time, I got a Section 8 tenant in there. I get $1,250 a month from that property.
Unbelievable.
Yep.
Unbelievable. Y'all hear this? Section 8 tenant in $1,250 a month. Cash flow in his sleep. He ain't got to get up and go work for it. That's just going to hit his bank account because of the government-funded program. He ain't chasing nobody for rent.
Right.
He followed the blueprint.
Right. Yo, family and friends, whatever they tell you about Section 8, don't believe it. I mean, everybody's going to have their different stories, but, you know, like you said, it's the government money first of the month. You know, it's good money.
That's a fact.
Yeah, bro. King, but again, man, thank you, man. And at the end of the day, you didn't only change my life; you changed my family's life. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, King.
Okay, yeah. You didn't only change my life; you changed my family's life, man. Because now I'm at a point in my life now where I'm chasing 100 doors. You know what I mean? You told me that I believe it was 2 years ago. I said, yo,
Yeah.
what's the goal? You said I'm chasing 100 doors, and I'm like, dang, 100 doors. That sounds crazy, but now I feel like I can touch it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So again, I appreciate you. I appreciate everything that you've done for me, because you didn't only change my life, you changed my family's life, bro. So I appreciate you. I appreciate Isaac.
Bro,
Um,
bro, don't make
it's
me
love.
cry here, bro. Please don't do that, bro.
Nah, it's love, bro, because it's deep, man, and it's so crazy, bro. Because I have like because of what I went through with football, my biggest thing was like, yo, I ain't want my son to play because I ain't want him to go through what I went through. So I'm like, I'm gonna show him a different avenue. It's so crazy. So I took my son through that property, bro. Took my son through the property. Every time I had to go to that property, I took my son with me, and he like, Dad,
Mm.
this is ours. Dad, I want to do this. I want to do that. So now it's like, because as black men, we're always taught like, if we're not running down the field or shooting a jumper, we can't be successful. So
Mm.
I'm trying to install in him at a young age, like, man, look, you can do this route too. And y'all
Mm.
made that vision, y'all opened that vision for me to be able to do that for him, bro. So at the end of the day, like, y'all don't know what that means to me, because you end up changing my whole family's dynamic, bro. Because now it's up from here, bro.
That's a fact, bro. Words can't express how proud I am of you at the end of the day, right? Because me giving out the information is one piece, but actually applying it, you did that. You was out grinding, you was strategizing, doing all the plays. Do you know how many people reach out to me and ask me for information or help every single day?
All right.
And you know how many people apply it?
All
Very
right.
slim amount of people. So you're part of that percentage of people who applied it and you see the results.
All right.
So again, as I say, it's not about money at all. It's about impact, man. So for you to say that I helped change your family's life, that mean the most to me. So you go out and you change somebody else's life. You put
That's
them on. You give them the
definitely.
blueprint because you got it now. You got the blueprint.
Hey, it's over now. Like, look, I told my man, I said, look, don't be surprised next year I got 100 doors, man. I got the blueprint. It's over.
That's a fact.
It's over.
And we
But you
about to
like,
go up.
nah, you definitely right, man. That's my goal though. That's my goal to to tag somebody else in the game, man. So to change their life. So I
Drop,
appreciate you,
drop,
bro.
drop your IG in the comments. Drop your IG in the comments. I want everybody to go follow you. If you can
Hey,
write your IG.
bear with me. Bear with me. I just got back on IG.
It's all good. We gonna boost you up, man. I want everybody to show my bro love, man. He out here, he really winning. He in the streets. He really out here in the streets, hunting down deals, buying deals, leveraging credit. Jamel Poteet, y'all see it.
Hey, underscore in the middle. I got about 3 of them. So yeah, the one with me with a turtleneck on certain time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. All
But
right,
yeah, man,
clear. I'm
I
ready.
appreciate you, man. I appreciate you and everybody that's on. Like really tap into this guy, man. It's not about the money for him, because I spent thousands of dollars trying to get my credit fixed, trying to find the next. How can I do this? How can I do that? And I always got screwed over, man. So don't be afraid. If these people are asking you to invest your money, I promise you that it's going to go to a good direction. It's going to change your life. So um, again, I appreciate you, brother. Like I really do.
Say no more, King. I appreciate you. Let's build. I'm gonna holler at you, and we gonna come back here in another couple weeks. And we'll talk about some more properties. You heard?
Yeah, let's do it, man. Next time we get on here, I'm gonna be at 30. So yeah, let's. Yeah.
All right, King.
All right, bro. Love.
All right, peace.
All right.
Yeah. Y'all see what's going on, man. Now I'm gonna actually break it down. I'm gonna give y'all the blueprint. I'm gonna break it down on the board on how you can literally become a private money lender, how you can wholesale credit. We're talking about how you can wholesale credit. I need you to put that in the comments as well as what we're gonna talk about, wholesaling credit. All right. So we're gonna break that down. We're gonna break that down. Matter of fact, I think we good. Um,
It's gonna go backward.
if I start writing, it's gonna be backwards. All right. This is how we do this. We good? All right, family, we good, man. So we're going to talk about how you can wholesale credit. You feel me? Everybody, know about wholesaling real estate. You know we can make money in that. You can wholesale clothing. You can wholesale cars. You can wholesale a lot of things. But I'm going to show you how you can wholesale credit. I'm going to break down how I was able to wholesale my credit and help this king buy his first property, leverage the BRRRR strategy, and made money. He got a free property. He filed the blueprint. So you go out, you got to fix your credit up. See, a lot of us, we invest in credit repair. And once we get a good credit score, we just hype to look at it. Like, yeah, I got a 750 credit score. But what does that mean? Can you pass down your 750 credit score to your kids? Can you create more money out of just having a 750 credit score? No. You need to make sure you have the strategies. So we teach you the strategies. So once you get to a 750 credit score right here, let's say this is you. Excuse my writing. Let's say you hype. You hype. You go out and you get approved. Like you set up your business, you set up your LLC, and you go get approved for a $30,000 credit card. Right? Let's say you go out and get approved for a $30,000 credit card, 0% interest for the first 9 months. Right? So you got 0% interest for 9 months. But you sitting on the money and you don't know what to do with it. You may not be able to find a great deal, but somebody else comes to you and say they got a great deal, and then you figure out how you can lend on them and make money. So this is exactly what I did. Now I have over $200,000 in credit available. So when my bro needed $30,000, I was able to pull off the $30,000 off my $200,000 line of credit, 0% interest, and wire the money over to him. I got the paperwork done. You get the paperwork done. You work with your title company. Your title company drafts up the paperwork to make sure that you have a lien on the property, which means that technically I own the property during the duration of when he was fixing it up. I had a lien on the property. My name is on the title. So I did that, right? 0% interest on this. So it's costing me nothing to give him this money. But now I'm charging him a 16% interest rate. So because of a 16% interest rate, you're talking about what was that, 4,800? So a 16%, excuse my writing, y'all. So I'm charging him 16%, which is $4,800. Think about it, y'all. So because I took my $30,000, I charged him 16% interest. I made $4,800 on top of my $30,000 for nothing. I let my money work for me. I charged the points, and that was a high number. But I didn't charge none of the closing cost fees or the origination fees and all these different consulting fees that the hard money lenders charge. I was just able to charge one standard interest price and make $4,800. I became my own private money lender. Now, within four months, he paid me back my $30,000. So I take my $30,000 that he now paid me back. I put the money back on my line of credit. So I pay back my line of credit, and now I just made $48,000. I mean $4,800. Excuse me. I pull the money off my credit, put the money into the property, lien holder on the property. I don't own it. I mean, I own it, but I'm not controlling the property. I'm having him control the property because it's his deal. I charge him 16% interest. That's $4,800 on top of the 30. We win it. This is how you become your own private money lender, leveraging credit. Just like that. So now, if you do that 3-4 times out the year, you times this by 3. You're talking about over almost $18,000-$19,000 a year by just leveraging good credit. So this is for everybody that's sitting there and you got good credit, you got money sitting around on your credit cards or whatever, and you're not making it work for you. So y'all already know, listen, if you don't find a way to make money in your sleep, you're going to work until you die. Do you want to continue to trade time for money? Not me. So I need to make sure I got resources to spread it out. And what's crazy about this is because I got into this business by literally helping, just straight passion. I didn't even care about money. But once I did it and I made the money, I realized, wow, I can actually do this more often. This is a real business. I just wholesale my credit because you basically being the middleman. So the same way with wholesaling real estate or wholesaling clothing or whatever it may be, you just the middleman in the transaction. So he got the property. This person got a property trying to sell it to him. You in the middle, you fund the deal, pull it off your credit, costs you nothing. Just like that. So now I'm going to break it down. Now I'm going to open it up for questions because I want y'all to get into it. So let's actually flip the camera where you could do you going to do the questions. All right, cool. So we're going to open this up for questions. I want y'all, well, I'm going to keep this actually there so y'all can see. We're going to open this up for questions. So let's get it. We got another 15 minutes left. If you have any questions in regards to real estate, wholesaling credit, business funding, credit repair, commercial real estate, whatever, I'm here. But we specifically be talking about how to wholesale credit. So let's get to it. Drop the questions. We here. This is the time we set forth, man. I'm truly, truly thankful. I'm truly, truly blessed. It's not about you or me. It's about us. And I get on these lives. I share this story. I share the information. I share the testimony to show y'all that we really changing lives. We're not out here being selfish. So everybody, like you get a lot of people who be on Instagram and be mad talking about, yo, why you posting you got money? Or why you posting you got a deal? Or why you posting this? I don't have to post anything because I could just go get a bag and be quiet. Like a lot of people. Because I got the game, whether I'm on social media or not, I'm going to get a bag. I know how to get a bag. I really do this in real life. You know what I'm saying? So when we get out here and we talk about it, it's more to spread awareness. It's more to impact people so they can see that it's other young black kings that's doing great things that's coming together, and you can do it too. So do not let anybody tell you can't do it. If I have a client, well, two clients I had. I remember one time I got them funded. One client, I got him $86,000 in funding. Once I got him the $86,000 in funding, he came back to me 3 months later and said, King, I still got the $86,000. I don't know what to do with it. I can't find no great deals. That's the problem. Getting the money is easy. But once you get the money, what are you going to do? How could you strategize? How could you make sure, all right, if I got money, I'm going to put it here. I'm going to put it here. I'm going to put it here. And I'm going to get paid over and over again different ways. You got any questions? Let's get it. Cool. Let's get it.
How do you get the money off the credit card?
That's a good question. That's a really good question. So it's different ways that you could get the money off the credit card. So one of the ways you could, with a line of credit, you can just make sure that you call the bank and they cut you a check if you really have a line of credit. So a line of credit, you can use whatever you need as long as you call the bank, you let them know, and they cut you a check. If it's a credit card, a lot of people use like PayPal. They may use Square. They may use these merchant accounts so that you can pull the money off. You can do that. Or you could go and buy something, right? You take your credit card, you go to the store, you buy a bunch of merchandise, you split the payment, and then you go and return the merchandise and you get all the money back as cash. So it's different ways depending on what type of platform you use, whether it's a credit card or line of credit or whatever it may be. This is different ways on how you do it. What's good? What's good? What's the other questions?
So when you have 200K business, what if you never lend no money? Are you still on the 9-month clock while it's not being used?
Yes. So if you, I just said 9 months because that's just an example, but every line of credit is different. Every line of credit is different. So, but if the whole point is that if you got $200,000 in credit and you just having it sit, whenever that time period is up where they start hitting you with interest, you made no money off of it. Now they're going to make money off of you. So think about it. The banks are lending out money and charging interest so they can make money. So why you don't turn around and lend out the money and make interest? It makes sense. So yes, after the 9 months, 12 months, whatever it may be, whatever that promo is for that particular line of credit, After that time frame, you will be getting hit with the interest.
Do you only wholesale credit with homes?
No, I only wholesale credit with homes at this point. But I'm actually going to be looking into wholesale and credit when it comes to funding other businesses. So if it's a business venture that somebody has and it makes sense, and I think that they could use the money and it's going to get me a return, I'll do that as well. I haven't done it yet, but only time I've done it is through real estate. But like I said, I'm actually looking to fund other businesses leveraging, lines of credit that I have available.
How do you choose who to lend money to?
That's a good question. So the way I choose is, number one, credit. You want to look at their profile. The same way if you go and apply for a credit card or a home loan, they run your credit and they want to see. I want to look at your credit. And once I look at your credit, because if you don't pay these people back, what makes you think you're going to pay me back? I need to make sure you're paying your credit cards, you're paying your car, your home loan. Because if you're doing that, in 9 times out of 10, you're most likely going to pay me back. So that's one. Number two, your experience. I want to see how experienced you are in a particular industry or field that you're going into. So if it's a real estate acquisition, how many deals have you done? What's your knowledge base? Like, let's have a conversation and let's see if I can actually trust giving you this money. So that's the two things. I'm looking at your credit. I'm looking at your experience. Other than that, we're pretty much flexible because it's about just really impacting others.
How do you connect with people who want to buy property?
That's a good question. You could do it multiple ways, right? Social media is a tool. So if you know that you got properties or you know people that want to buy property, you got to build your brand, get yourself out there. Even go on Craigslist. A lot of people still use Craigslist to this day. So leverage it. So leveraging Craigslist, going online, going to networking events, making sure you're putting on different seminars, just building. That's the way you do it. What's the next question?
What's the average amount of time you lend money for?
12 months. 12 months. 12 months.
What is the best way to fix your credit?
The best way to fix your credit is, number one, identifying the problem. So go and check your credit first and see what's on there. If you got like late payments or collections, you want to make sure that you start calling up those bureaus, have those conversations, and start disputing over the phone right away. Like, that's just the way to go. I would just start really calling up those lenders. Calling up those credit bureaus. Let's get it, let's get it, let's get it, let's get it.
Do you have to have a real estate license to purchase these properties, or do you use an agent?
That's a good question. No, you do not need a real estate license to purchase properties. Me personally, I don't use agents. I'm an investor, so I find my own deals. I buy my own deals because I don't want to pay nobody else. The only time I use an agent is if I'm going to sell a property. So I don't want to be the one that's looking and finding people doing showings. So I get an agent. But if I'm buying a property, I don't use agents. But you don't need a license to buy or sell real estate. That's the misconception that they told us. We don't.
It's hard to find people to network with. Any groups you suggest?
Yes. You want to get with Legacy of a Lifestyle. You feel me? You want to get with us, network with us. We actually have a webinar. We have a lot of different things. We got a program coming out. So just build with us. Build with us. And we'll definitely point you in the right path. Let's get it. You can see that. Yes. So any other questions, family? This is the game, man. There's so many ways to make money nowadays. So many ways to make money nowadays. And if you're sitting on credit, you got to figure out how to make it work for you. You got to figure out how to make sure that you put yourself in a position to make your money, make money for you. That's how we do it. And look, you could be somebody like this. The reason why I love this, the reason why I love this is because You could be somebody that's just starting out, right? Right out of college or just right off the street. You got a credit card, you built your credit up, and you got some decent credit, right? And then now you may not have the experience. You may not have the experience to go out and buy a property because you don't know, right? But you may have some type of funding, and now you get in the game and you become a partner because you got credit. So because you have good credit and you like, so this is what I would do, right? Let's say you got 30,000, 20,000, whatever it may be. You could leverage your credit to become a partner on a deal and learn from somebody that has experience. You can leverage your credit to become a partner on a deal and learn from somebody that has good experience, and now you in the game. And once you're in the game, you get that first deal, you on. Let's get it.
Can you have a seminar in Harrisburg?
We'll work on that. We'll work on that. It's COVID right now, so we still trying to get these provisions in place. But we're gonna work on that because before all this, we was doing Young and Wealthy Tour. We travel, we move around. We love getting in front of the people. Like we love getting in front of people. So we're gonna definitely work on that. Harrisburg, I lived there for what, 2 years? I lived in Harrisburg for 2 years, man. That's how I met King Jamel. So I know the area, I know the city. I moved around. So we're gonna try to get out there.
Have you ever used
.com. That's it. For any property that's for auction.
I'll repeat that one more time.
I just use auction.com. I've never used Hubzu. I haven't. I've heard about it. I know some other people that like talk about it, but me personally, I haven't used it. So I can't really talk about that.
How do you find someone to help you like that?
You got to get out in the field. So for me, the way I break down my story of my first property. The first property that I purchased, a brownstone in Brooklyn, $590,000 purchase price. We put $40,000 into it, sold it for $1.2 million. The way I was able to get that deal done is because I found the people. So I actually just went to local real estate agents and local real estate agent realtor offices, broker offices, and I was knocking on the doors, introducing myself, and just trying to get involved. And I actually found a mentor of mine who knew my dad. So it just so happened that me getting out in the field, she knew my dad, and now connected with me and put me on the contractors, put me on to attorneys that I use this day. So you just got to get up and get in the field. We get stuck just sitting around saying like, yo, we don't know. Like, get out and get in the field. Start putting yourself in position to receive those blessings. So if you're on social media, right, you need to start buying into webinars, commenting on people's posts, DMing people, right? Do what you need to do to get around the right people. But what I would say is you need to add value. A lot of people just be asking for handouts, but don't add value. Figure out what can you bring to the table. Once you figure out what you can bring to the table, now you can bring it to somebody else. Like, it don't have to be money. You might just be somebody that has time. Like me personally, I don't have a lot of time. So if I could find somebody that could literally answer phones and go on appointments and you can do that, then you might be a valuable asset. You don't have to have money, but you got work ethic. So just figure out what value can you provide. That's it.
Would you focus on building your credit or getting your LLC right?
Both. I would say both, but really if I had to put one of those up, get your credit right. The LLC means nothing if you got bad credit. Because even when you try to get credit on an LLC, they're going to look at your personal credit. They're going to look at the person who owns the business. So getting your credit fixed is the foundation. That's the very, very first thing you want to do before you do anything. Get your credit right. LLC is very important, but like I said, the credit is way more important. So, yeah, we're going to, like, a few more questions, then we got to wrap this up. It's almost 9 o'clock. What we got? What else we got?
This is off topic. Do you still have your cleaning company?
I still do have my cleaning company. Unfortunately, we're not in business as far as, like, we don't have a lot of accounts. I still have the franchise. I still own the franchise, but we don't have any businesses that we're servicing right now. So I just got it on ice. So I might get back into it. I might not, but I still own the franchise. at any point I could pick it back up. But yeah, I kind of had to put that on the back burner because I need to focus on, real estate and, the stuff that was really making me the most money at this time. What else we got? Because we going to wrap this up. But this was a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful experience, man. Y'all better go follow King Jamel Poteet, football star. Now he's a real estate entrepreneur, family man, great person. And yeah, we just gonna continue to build other kings up. We're gonna continue to pass the rock. We dish the rock. We don't hold it. We're not selfish. We give out game for free. I just gave y'all a blueprint how you can go out there and make money off your credit. Simple. Just like that. So tune back in with us next week, Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we're going to build. You got any more questions before we wrap this up? All right, good, family. We're going to wrap it up. I'll see y'all next week. I'm going to upload this to YouTube, so don't just download it.
But I'm ending the live now.